Hi everyone. I hope everyone are fine and doing well today. In this session, we are going to discuss about configuring Raspberry Pi. Now let us see the introduction to configuring Raspberry Pi. Configuring Raspberry Pi involves setting up the operating systems, connecting peripherals, and customizing settings. Raspberry Pi is a versatile single board computer that can be used for various projects and applications. Proper configuration ensures optimal performance and functionality of the Raspberry Pi. Now coming to the getting started with Raspberry Pi. To configure Raspberry Pi, you will need a micro SD card with the operating system, power supply, HDMI cable, and peripherals. Insert the micro SD card with the operating system into the Raspberry Pi and connect it to this display using the HDMI cable. Power on the Raspberry Pi by connecting the power supply and you should see the board screen on the display. Now let us see the initial setup and configuration. Follow the Follow the on-screen prompts to set up the language, time zone, and other basic settings of the Raspberry Pi. You can configure the network settings to connect the Raspberry Pi to the internet via Wi-Fi or Ethernet. It is recommended to update the operating system and software packages to ensure security and stability. Okay, as you can see here, there is a setup of a Raspberry Pi using configuration techniques, that is your home country region, preferred application, and what keyboard layout you like to use and the time zone. Now let us see the advanced configuration options. Customize the desktop environment, install additional software, and configure user accounts on the Raspberry Pi. Enable Secure Shell for remote access to Raspberry Pi and configure firewall settings for security. Explore advanced configuration options such as overclocking, boot options, and system optimization. Now, setting up GPIO pins. GPIO means general purpose input output pins. General purpose input output pins on the Raspberry Pi allow you to connect and control external devices. Configure GPIO pins using software libraries such as RPI, GPIO, or PIGPIO to interact with sensors, LEDs, motors, and more. Properly configure the test GPIO pins to ensure compatibility and functionality with external hardware. Now configuring remote access of Raspberry Pi. Set up virtual network computing or SSH secure shell for remote desktop access to the Raspberry Pi from another device. Configure port forwarding on your router to access the Raspberry Pi remotely over the internet. Use tools like TeamViewer or Real BNC for easy remote access and control of the Raspberry Pi. Now, configuring storage and file sharing. Configure external storage devices such as USB drives or network attached storage for additional storage system. Set up Samba or NFS to network, that is known as network file storage system, to share files and folders between the Raspberry Pi and other devices on the network. Use cloud storage services like Dropbox or Google Drive for cloud-based file sharing and synchronization. Then we'll see the securing your Raspberry Pi. Implement security measures such as changing default passwords, enabling firewall settings, and updating software regularly. Use encryption tools like BitLocker or Veracrypt to secure sensitive data stored on the Raspberry Pi. Monitor system logs, install antivirus software, and be cautious of potential security risks to protect your Raspberry Pi. Now, configuring audio and video. Set up audio output settings for sound playback through HDMI 3.5 mm audio jack or USB audio devices. Configure video settings for display resolution, orientation, and dual monitor setup on the Raspberry Pi. Install media player softwares like VLC or Kodi for multimedia playback and streaming on the Raspberry Pi. The image is mentioned the beside of the content. You can have a look into it. Power management and energy efficiency. Enable power saving features, adjust screen brightness, and manage power consumption settings on the Raspberry Pi. Utilize sleep mode, hibernation, or automatic shutdown to reduce energy usage and prolong the life of the Raspberry Pi. Consider using a power efficient power supply and implementing power management strategies for optimal energy efficiency. Configuring wireless connectivity. Set up Wi-Fi and Bluetooth connections on the Raspberry Pi for wireless communications with other devices. Configuring Wireless access points connect to Bluetooth peripherals and troubleshoot connectivity issues. Use tools like Bluetooth, CTL, or WPA supplicant to manage wireless connections and setting on the Raspberry Pi. Now, let us see the monitoring and performance tuning. Monitor system resources, CPU usage, memory consumption, and temperature to optimize performance. Use tools like HTOP, ITOP, and SysSat to track system performance metrics and identify bottlenecks. Perform performances tuning for adjusting system settings, disabling unnecessary services, and optimizing software for better efficiency. Then let us see the configuring web services and servers. Set up web servers like Apache, Nginx, or Lightbody on the Raspberry Pi for hosting websites or web applications. Configure database servers like MySQL, PostgreSQL, or SQLite for storing and managing data on the Raspberry Pi. Install web development frameworks like Flask, Django, or Node.js for creating dynamic web applications on the Raspberry Pi. Automating tasks with cron jobs. Use cron to schedule automated task scripts, backups, and maintenance jobs on the Raspberry Pi. Configure cron jobs to run at specific times, intervals, or events for hands-free operations. Utilize cron expression log files or error handling to manage and troubleshoot cron jobs effectively. Implementing IoT, that means Internet of Things projects. Use Raspberry Pi for IoT projects by connecting sensors, actuators, and devices to collect and exchange data. Configure MQTT, SCOP, or other IoT protocols for communications between Raspberry Pi and IoT devices. Build IoT applications for home automation, environmental monitoring, smart agriculture, and more using Raspberry Pi. Now configuring camera modules. Camera modules. Enable and configure camera modules like the Raspberry Pi camera or USB webcams for capturing photos and videos. Use software like libraries like PyCamera or OpenCP to control camera settings, capture images, and record videos. Implement computer vision, image processing, and video streaming applications using camera modules on the Raspberry Pi. Now, troubleshooting common issues. Identify and troubleshoot common issues such as boot errors, network connectivity problems, and software conflicts. Check system logs, error messages, and hardware connections to diagnose and resolve issues on the Raspberry Pi. Seek help from online forums, documentation, and community supports to troubleshoot challenging problems effectively. Then backing up and restoring data. Create regular backups of your Raspberry Pi's data, configuring and setting to prevent data loss. Use tools like rsync, DD, or backup software to create full of incremental backups of Raspberry Pi. Implement disaster recovery plans and test backup procedures to ensure data integrity and availability in case of emergencies. Expanding and customizing Raspberry Pi projects. Explore add-on boards, hats, that means hardware attached on top and accessories to expand the capabilities of the Raspberry Pi. Customize and modify Raspberry Pi projects by integrating sensors, displays, motors, and other compute components. Share your Raspberry Pi project's code and experiences with the community to inspire and collaborate with others. Conclusion and resources. In conclusion, configuring Raspberry Pi requires setting up the hardware, software, and peripherals to meet your project's requirements. Refer the official documentation, online tutorials, forums, and community resources for guidance and support in configuring Raspberry Pi. Get creative experiments and have fun exploring endless possibilities of Raspberry Pi for learning, prototyping, and innovation. Okay, this is for the day. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the session. Thank you.